So it's the increase of how much something costs to produce or costs to sell, and therefore it's passed on to the consumer. A house is really similar. So for example, money devalues over time, right? So every year the money devalues between 3 to 5%. That's what inflation is called. The only thing that holds its value are real assets. So for example, the cost of living has gone up. So a milk used to cost maybe what, 50p back in the days. Now it's what, £1.55. Now we know, but because the value of money has gone down, they have to then pass it on to the person that's buying that milk. Hence why the milk is £1.50. They will just stop to produce the milk because the wage have increased, the rents have increased, the cost of the cow, and so it's passed on to you. Now it's the same. Think about property in the same way. So you buy a house in 1973, the average cost of housing was about £30,000. Right now, the average cost of house is about £300,000. One of them is obviously driven by the demand. A big amount of it is driven by inflation. Since the 1950s, do you know how much the pound has increased in value? 3,000%. When you actually think about it, it's been 75 years and the cost or the value of the pound has gone down by 3,000%. How crazy is that? But if I told you now that you can buy something and over the next 75 years, it's going to go up in value by 3,000%, what would you say? There we go. That's why you need to buy a house.